Hello everyone, it's Now Animator, and today we are going to learn how to make this dragon fly cycle. I just made this fly cycle and I'm going to play back my video how I made this fly cycle. And it's a very decent fly cycle. I didn't spend much time on this. I just made this in last 1.5 hours, and we are going to see again that how I made this fly cycle. Thanks. Let's see. So we'll get started with this rig. I customized this rig according to my preferences, and there are actually in this rig there are many controllers. I left them hidden in this layer. As you can see that there are many other controllers. I think I'm never going to do any animation on these facial controllers or on these fingers or on these things. In this tutorial I'm just going to make a basic fly cycle, so I'm not going to do any details regarding this facial or any of these wing stuff. I'll try to keep this cycle as basic as possible. And also there are some of these jiggle controllers on neck, so I think I'm not going to do that right now. So also there are controllers on the tongue also. I'm going to hide all of them. I'm just going to keep this rig very basic. I'd like to see only those controllers which I really need in this rig, so I kept them like this. For these feet I'm going to use FK feet, because you know the feet are going to follow the body. As dragon is going to fly, the feet are going to follow body. Dragon is not walking here, so I'll prefer to use FK feet, and same goes with the tail. I'll use FK tail. Even the wings, as this dragon is flying, he's not holding anything or he's not keeping his hand anywhere, so I will be using this FK arms. But for body I am going to use as IK. I don't know, I just like using IK neck and or IK body, because when I can translate it I feel more comfortable. So IK spine, IK neck, FK arms, and FK tail, and FK legs. So this will be our plan. And I downloaded some videos as well. I think this is a nice video to observe how not dragon but bats fly. I'm not going to use any dragon reference for this cycle. I'm going to stick to the bats. I don't want to copy any pre-made dragon, so I want to keep it as close as possible to this bat. So there are quite a lot of details going on in this bat, so we will try to keep as closer as to this bat. Just keep in mind that this bat is a very small creature. It flies very fast, and our dragon is a very big creature, so there will be some differences between both of them. But I think even if we can make it as same as this bat, it'll be still nice. Let's view it from the front view. Nice. As I was looking at these videos, I did a little bit research on this, how they fly. Actually, their wings are actually their hands. These three things which you see in their wings, they are actually their fingers. So like just imagine like as if you have to fly and you have very long fingers, and there in between your fingers there are like these wings. So how will you fly? So the same thing goes to this bat as well. The bat got these wings in between their fingers, and that is connected with their body till their legs. so that helps them fly It's same like, let's say if you have very long fingers and you will try to fly. The logic is somehow like that. So I can relate myself with this bat. Like, let's say if I have to fly, and if I have long fingers and I have wings in between them, then this is how I will fly, I think. So now let's look at this one again, the side one. So what's happening here is that, the bat is trying, from this pose, bat is trying to grab the wind and pushing himself up. His wings are completely straight when they're coming down. There I can feel a lot of wind in his wings when he's bringing his wings down. Here you can see that there's a lot of wind going on in his wing. But when he's going up, he curls his wings down so that he can stay away from wind again, and he take them up. There's a lot of smooth motion going on in his wings. I personally think that these flying cycles of dragons, they are really hard to make, especially these details. You can see the details in the wings are really crazy. So you have to spend a little bit of time understanding how their wings react. And if you want to make your fly cycle nice, then you have to study their wings a lot, because there are a lot of details going on in here. And also you see, as soon as their wings get straight, you see a lot of, you see here, like they get straight, and there's some kind of follow through going on in his fingers. And there's no, if you try to make this fly cycle with poses, let's say if you decided that I'm going to make this pose, then 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 I'm going to make this pose, and then this pose, then I feel that your fly cycle won't look that great. This is not a posing animation. You have to do it with, like, personally, if I am making this animation, I'm going to do it step by step. Like, I'm going to use a straight ahead method for this. I'm going to make a couple poses just to get started, but in the end I think posing animation, like pose to pose animation, won't work properly with this cycle. Like, if you play, there's a lot of detail in this. So let's get started. We are going to use these two videos for our references, and this will be our dragon. So personally, I like this rig, but I just don't know if this thing makes sense, as his fingers are curved on sideways. So I think it would be nicer if they are perfectly straight, so that because I think they are going to curl down like this. They are going to curl down like this, not on sideways, but still I think it'll be fine. We'll see how it goes. And so I will make a initial pose somehow, like, let's say, I can't see the full wing, but I'm pretty sure the wing up here is perfectly straight. So let's try to make a pose like this pose, and then we'll get started from that pose. Okay, so I'm going to cut this cycle. No, I think we don't have to. Let's make this pose first, this one. Right now this dragon is sitting like a pigeon, and I think that's fine if he's standing somewhere. But if he's flying, I think his head need to be a little bit straight. I think he can't fly like this. He's a very heavy person, and dragon, I mean, and his head need to be straight like this if he's flying. Sorry, I don't know which controller is this. I am just going to hide this, or maybe I'll skip this. Okay, so I'll keep this head a little bit straight like this, maybe a little bit closer to the body like this. Yeah. Okay, so and let's hide this grid so that we can feel that there's nothing in under him, and less I don't like this straight finger, so I'm going to unhide these controllers for a moment, and I'm going to rotate them. I'm going to rotate them somehow like this, because I think now I'll be more relaxed. I know I'm a little bit more, I should be making them properly, but right now, as I'll keep it as rough as possible. I don't need to detail them perfectly right now, because they need to do a little bit more better, like somehow like this. I'll give them just any shape, and I'll hide them, these controllers again, because these minor things can be done in the end. Right now we just need a basic fly cycle. And I think his chest is too much down. You see, it seems like that he's an old dragon. There's a huge curve going on in his body, so I will try to keep a little bit up here. Up and down I'll be doing with this portion. I'll use this main controller to make him go up and down. Okay, so before I get started with this fly cycle, I am going to keep this dragon here. The reason I'll just hold this controller and I'll keep him in the middle of this controller, the main controller. Because let's say you made a fly cycle, and then if this dragon is flying in the air like this, like, yay, he's flying like this, so you will be flying him with this main controller. You can rotate him with this main controller, so you can't, there will be animation on this controller, so I think, and you don't have to rotate him from this point. The middle point of this dragon need to be somewhere in the middle, so that's why I will use this controller for the center of the dragon. You can call it like center of gravity or something, maybe a little bit forward and down. Yeah, so I think this is good. So, but yeah, so I'm going to make this pose now, this pose. Okay, so the face is there, and the tail we are going to animate in the end. Let's get started on the first pose. His arm is going up, but the main force right now, I think, will be coming from this shoulder. So I will be animating the shoulders as well as the arm. So there will be minor animation in shoulders, because I want to feel that there is some force coming from the shoulder. That's why. And as you can see that his arms are a little bit bent, but his hands are perfectly straight. I'll call these things as hands. So his arm is a little bit bent, and here I think you need to make a pose somehow like this. This can be my starting pose, but I think I need to keep this thing straight a little bit because it's going to grab this thing. I don't feel any force in this finger when this is bent, so this finger need to be a little bit straight. I think the same thing goes to these fingers also. I think you will feel more force in these fingers if they are straight. They should be bent not on sideways but on this side. That's my preference for this dragon. Like maybe in some movies you have to animate a dragon whose fingers are curved like this, then you might have to go with that, but for this dragon I'm going to keep these fingers like extremely straight right now. Okay, so I will my main concern for this dragon is that I will be considering this dragon as myself. Let's say if you have to fly and you have to fly with your hands, so the concept is same. Let's say if you have some wings in between your fingers and then you have to fly with that wings and you have very long fingers, then I think you would be able to fly, because I think these dragons, they have controls of their fingers, they have controls of their wings. So if you will be flying with your hands, then your hands will be going up like this, and then you will try to grab as much wind as you can with your hands, and then you will push yourself down, and then again when you are down you will be curling your fingers and going up, avoiding as much wind as possible, and then again you will be straightening up your fingers, then you will pushing yourself up again. So it'll be like, it's funny, right? So it'll be like somehow like that. So I will be making the same thing here. So, and again I think this thing also need to be straight. I will curve this thing also a little bit. This, I don't know, I'm just trying to bring a feeling that there is a wind interaction going on in this wing. So that's why I'm just trying to make a pose for this wing, so that you can feel that yeah, there is a wind going on in this wing. I want to make this first pose as nicer as possible, because then I can feel that something is going on, something is getting started. After this first pose, I will be just roughing out my animation. I will try to make this wing as nice as possible, then I'll copy this animation to this hand just to quicken up the cycle. So now I think this pose looks a little bit nicer. Let's see, let's observe this thing more. So the thing is that here his arm is a little bit bent, but it's more like the extreme. I think this is the extreme. He can straighten up his arm. So he is taking his arms down, and when he's down, the first thing which bends is his elbow. See, as you can see that first his elbow bend, then his hands start bending, and then his wings start bending. There is some kind of follow through going on in his arms. Here is straight, and then his elbow bend, his hands bend, then his fingers bend, and then opposite like that. Now his elbow is going to get straight, then his hands are going to get straight, and in the end his fingers are going to get straight. So there is some wavy thing going on in his wings. And if you can make the wings right, then I think his feet and heads it'll be easy to make. Even the tail, it'll be easy to make, because everything else is more like the follow through of the whole body. Or maybe like sometimes with your head you're trying to bring a wave in your body. Sometimes with your head you are trying to make a force. If you are trying to bring a force in your body, so sometimes your head doesn't do follow through, and your wave will start from your head, and then it will go till the tail. As I'll go ahead and I'll make this animation, I think it will be more clear for you guys. So this first pose is kind of getting there. And I think it's not kind of there. I think this hand needs to be a little bit more like this, and this wing needs to be a little bit more forward, I mean, like this. This is kind of there. So now I will hold this thigh, and I will just make a pose as if it's a little bit relaxed, like there will be air flowing like this. So your feet need to be flowing like this. And the same thing goes to this one as well, but we are not going to animate this feet because we will be copying that animation on this feet. I like to copy I like to do as much detail as possible on one feet or one wing or one hand, whatever. Then I like to copy, because you don't want to spend that much time again on the same kind of wing. And what I do is I make animation on one side, and then I copy on another side, and then I do further details or further I'll try to make it look different than one wing. So this is a good pose to get started, I think. And I don't mind the tail, I'll keep it like this, and I am not going to touch this wing. I'm going to keep it like that. So I think this pose is kind of there. You guys must be wondering, I'm tweaking a lot on the wing, just because I want to start feeling that there is something in that wing. I still not yet feel that the wing is carrying some kind of wind, so I'm just trying to find a nice pose to get started. Okay, I think this is a nice pose. I'll keep the I'll keep the whole cycle as 60 frames. I think this is a big dragon, so if my cycle is 60 frames, that'll be nice. I'll start from 0 to 60 just to keep the numbers even. So I'll key everything on frame 0 and I'll key everything on frame 60. I think I should just crop a cycle from this bat just to see that how does it go. So I'll choose a frame somewhere here, like let's say this is a pose. Like let's concentrate on this portion. As soon as the wings go straight, that'll be our first pose. I'll press I for in, and then I'll go ahead and let him complete his again, like somewhere here the wings go straight again, so out. So this I'll go here, I'll edit and trim to selection. So this is our cycle. So that's nice. It's like, you know, it's 130 frames. It's 130 frames of cycle, which is, and our cycle is going to be like 60 frames. I think 60 frames are too much. I would like to keep it like 50. So that's somehow like it makes sense. Now we can say that like his wings are going. Here we can compare like when we are exactly in the middle, his wings are completely straight. So now we can make a comparison that in half of the animation his wings are going to get down, and then in half of the animation he's going to bring his wings up. But this case might not be true in our dragon, because this is a very small animal and our dragon is quite big. So but we'll try to keep as close as we can to this bat first. In the end, if I feel that I need to do further details other than this bat, then I will do. But right now, as you can see that half of the time is going to take his wings down like this. So now the next thing I'll do is that I will make this pose on 66. It's like more like wings are down. So once I have this pose, then I can start doing details one by one. So on frame 30 I will be making this wing down. First I'll use the shoulder. I think I don't want to rotate this shoulder more than this. Then I'll use the arm. And I think in this one the arm is not going that down, as the arm is quite straight, but it's just his fingers are facing downwards now. So I think we don't have to take our arm that much down. I think this much will be enough. And then we'll rotate a little bit like this, and you can see that his wings are quite straight, quite forward. You can view from the another, like here is here up and then down. There is a kind of circle going on. If you see here, there is a circle going on in here. So we'll try to bring this circle in our animation. What is happening here is like, it's like there's a circle like this. So and you can see that his arms are not really coming that down. Like after this point, he take his elbows up again. So I'll The same thing I'll do. I think I need to still detail my wing according to this front view. Like we try to make a pole somehow like this one. So I think there is a lot of wind here, so we'll try to do the same thing. We need a little bit more wind in this portion. Maybe we can take the wing a little bit down, and again we'll select everything, we'll key, because I made some changes and I want my first and last post to be same, so I'll key it again. So I think this animation is really slow. I'm playing it in real time, so I don't really like the timing of this animation. Like we just have a basic idea that how it's going to look. I think this is really slow, so I'm going to select everything again, and I'm going to keep this cycle as 40, like 40 frames. I think 40 frames will be enough for me to make a good cycle. No, I think this 40 is too fast. Okay, let's keep it 40, and if we feel that it's too fast, then we can make it a little bit slower. I'll keep it 40 for now. Okay, so now I'll go to 20, and I will make a pose like this, which will look from front view somehow like this. Okay, so let's see. So as we can see, his arms will bend a little bit here, and his fingers will go down. They are quite interesting. I might make some changes to this fingers also. So this is kind of good enough for me, just to see what's going on. Now I will start working on specific body parts. So just now we can make one more thing on the body. What I'm going to do is that I'll just hold this controller and I'm going to make a little bit up and down. It's time for us to open our graph editor, so I'm just going to go here and open the graph editor here. It's time that we need to start seeing what's going on in our graph. So I hold this this controller, and I'll frame 20. I'll make it a little bit up. I'm sorry, I'm working on my laptop. Sometimes it's hard to work on laptop, there. I made it a little bit up. Right now it doesn't look good. There need to be a delay in this flying because he won't start going up as soon as he start taking his wings down. He'll start going up up, I mean at around this frame. So I will slide it a little bit forward and I'll keep the curves like in cycle. I'll view the infinity and now I'll go to curves, pre-infinity and cycle, so that you can see the cycle of the whole curve. I'm going to just shift all the keys so that we don't see anything here. Now there are no keys in the front. And I'm going to do the curves post infinity cycle as well, so that we can see we can drag it here and there. Delay is too much, so maybe the up point should be somewhere like, I don't need to, the going up can be a little bit faster, then going down can be a little bit slower. So I won't stress much about the going up and down thingy right now, because that thing will be done after the wings. I'll keep this thing right for now, the basic, and I will be spending more time on my wing right now, because once the wing is done then everything else will be easy and it will make more sense, because the whole body is driven by the wing. So let's observe a little bit about the arm portion. Right now I'm going to work on this and this controller, this shoulder. The shoulder is not that complicated, just the up and down, but if I need to, I'll work on that. Our main thing right now which we need to work is on this arm. So I will see what is going on this portion of Bat's body. So it's not only that arm, I think we have to work on the whole arm in once. His whole arm is like, it's like a human arm. It's like, let's say if I'll show you myself flying, so I will push myself in like this, and then I will contract, my elbows will go up first, and then I will bring back my wings, then like this up. So there's a kind of circular motion going on in the whole body. So okay, let's try to let's observe this another one. Okay, so I will hide this video, and now it's time for me to work on my own. When this wing is coming down, it need to get a little bit straight. So I'm going to add a key on my Z curve, and first of all I'm going to select everything, and then I'm going to do curves, pre-infinity cycle, curves, post-infinity cycle. I'll select this. the wings are going to go straight, and then it's going to take a circle. At this point, I will what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to find a good motion in this Z rotation. So I'm working on this Z curve. So I'm trying to find, as I'm playing, I feel that when the wing is going down, it need to be a little bit back, and when it's going up, it's going to need to be a little bit up. And by working on this curve, I'm trying to find a good motion in Z curve. This rotation. So as we know that when the wing is going up, it is rotating more in this direction. As you know, there is when the wing is going up, the elbow is going up first, which means that it is rotating in this direction. So I'm going to bring a little bit follow through by using this X curve, then it will go up again, and oh shit, sorry. And same here, I'll try to add a key here, and let's see how it looks if I the more you will practice animation, you will start realizing how these graphs work. I feel that I always see these kind of patterns in graphs. Like there is the graph. It's very rare that a graph is like down up down up. The graphs go up and they hold some time there, and they go down again and they hold a little bit time there. So the more you do practice, the more you will realize that there are some similar things in graphs. And so yeah, I got a text from my girlfriend, so I was replying her. I'm sorry. So where was I? Okay, so I was trying to bring a follow through in this. I think this down is too much. I will reduce it a little bit. As you can see that there is a hold here, and there is a little bit hold here, there is a hold here, hold there. So in graphs, the more you work, the more you will start realizing that there are no normal graphs like this. You have to work on them a little bit to make them look nicer. And now let's try to work on this one, up and down. This up and down is a little bit tricky. Let's observe a little bit this one. So what I believe is that when the wing is coming down at this point, it is kind of straight. At this point, the wing is fast. The wing is slow in the end points, like at this point is going to get slow, and also at this point is going to get slow. But here, as you can see, in between is fast. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a key in the middle of this curve, and I'm going to make it a little bit faster, like this. The same thing I'll do here on 10. I'm going to select this curve and I'm going to make it a little bit faster. This thing is up and down, so now when the wing will come down, it's going to get fast. It's kind of getting there. Yeah, let's see. Now let's work on this elbow also, because there's a big role of this elbow as well. With my elbow, I never rotate my elbow in more than one direction. Like now I will only keep my elbow in this direction, because if you see your elbow only rotate in one axis. It never rotates in this axis or like this, because if it is rotating like this, then it's not your elbow rotation, it's your wrist rotation. Your wrist rotates from there. So I only keep one rotation on my elbow. So here I think somewhere till 13 your elbow will remain quite straight, as your dragon is grabbing a lot of wind in the wings, and after 13 is going to start bending. I think the extreme bend should be somewhere here, 29, because he's taking his wing up. So I think that at this point of time the dragon's wing need to be more, at frame 13 is like a little bit diagonal. It should not be diagonal, it should need to be more straight. So I will come back to my X curve and I will move it somehow like this. The good thing with working with this cycle is that now I can hold front and last key and I can move them like this. It makes my work easier. It's kind of getting there. I will hold this arm and think this turn is quite early. I'll hold the whole thing in. Another key here, and I will try to make this portion a little bit smooth. Kind of there. Now we need to work on wings. Okay, so let's start. First I'll start with the waist. So this is my rotation for this one, and this is for this kind of rotation. This is for this thing. Okay, so I think at this point, somewhere at 6, my wing need to be really holding on the air. Somewhere 6 or 7 maybe. Need to somehow like this, and somehow like I know at the moment looks a little bit weird right now, but don't worry, we have to fix the smoothing here. I'm just trying to make the sense of whole animation right now. And even here, the somewhere 15, maybe 14, the wing need to grab. We need to feel that there is a wind somewhere in the wings. So I'm going to add another key here. More like this, and I'm going to add another and then my wing will go down like this. Oh, sorry. And I think I need to move this key a little bit, lay it like this. And now 33, I'll try to see. The thing is that once you figure out a part of curve, then you automatically realize that now you start realizing that now I don't know, I feel that, you know, if there is a hold here, then definitely there's going to be a hole there. So I moved that part of my curve, and I think looks nice. Now the same thing goes with this. I'm also going to now yeah, so as he's trying to take his wing back up again, so I think somewhere here he is going to take his wing somehow back like this. Let's see how much time did we spend. Oh shit, already 1 hour. So I think I might have to divide this video in 2 parts. I don't know, let's see. Let's keep going. Looks nice though. We'll work on this part later. Right now, just wing. Now I see that I need to just give a little bit. At this point, I need to grab onto wing a little bit more. Okay, so let's work on the wings now. I think now I'll just hold on to all the wings and I'll try to see how I'll make a rough movement in the whole. I'll only work on these 3 first, and then I'll do that animation for this part later. So here at this point our wing is holding on to the wing a little bit, so I will make them a little bit straight like this, and then again a bit. Here they will start bending. I'll extend this key which is on 20 a little bit later, and then here they will start bending like this. I will hold these keys by myself and I will move them because I'm just trying to bring a delay in this, the first part of the, so I can just, you know, smooth out the whole curves together. What I think is that when he's curling his wing here at 37, he need to even curl more, you know, somehow like this, and then this dragon is really annoying, I know. So yeah, we need to fix some positions of dragon. Like at this point I don't like the way this fingers look right now, so I'm going to just grab each one of them separately, and I'm going to make them look better. And also I think there is a follow through in the wing, so I'm going to grab these three parts and I'm going to hold all the keys, and I'm going to 1, 2, 3 frames ahead, and I'm going to grab these last parts and I'm going to move them backward. So I moved the front part 3 frames earlier and the back part 3 frames delay. I personally think that it doesn't look bad, it looks nice. What we need to do is that the downgoing movement need to be more faster. So I'll just grab onto this shoulder first, and I will add a key here. I didn't edit this shoulder yet, so I think I need to do it right now. now, so I'm just trying to experiment. Nice. So I will work a little bit on this part as well, and then I'm done. I'm going to copy this side or to that side, and I'm going to work on body as well. Sorry, my sofa is a little bit noisy, so forgive me. So I think this looks decent enough. Yeah, I think I don't want to spend much time on this wing anymore. There's no end of detail. It's already 1 hour and 9 minutes that I'm working on this wing. Now I will just copy the whole wing and I'll paste on that side. Hopefully it will work that way. So I will just select this arm and I copy in a very straightforward way. I never learned how to copy in some fancy ways because I only spend time on observing details of animation. So I'm about to copy this arm, but before that I want to make sure that there are keys there. Now see, right now this key is going above 40, so I'll just add a key here. I'll get back and I'll add another key here, and I will delete this last key. Now it makes a perfect 0 to 40 cycle. Now I'll copy this whole cycle again. Now I'll paste it on this link. I'm pasting it one by one because I don't want to take risk that something is not working here. So now I will select this thing, copy, the arms are working now. Let's hope the wings will also get copied properly. Let's try doing it all together. I'll just select the whole thing like this, and I will, let's just hope that, oh, there are some keys which are not on place. Let's see, I'll just extend this a little bit forward and I'll select everything, copy, and then I'll select this whole thing together again, and then I'm going to delete whatever keys we have here and I'll paste it. Kind of working. I'll go to curves, pre-infinity cycle, curves post-infinity cycle. Let's see how does it look. Yeah, just one thing left. We just need to copy this arm as well. Sorry, let me just make it into 40, 0 to 40 cycle. It's kind of working. Now let's just quickly detail our body, and then we will say goodbye to this cycle. And I will be working on this part now. I don't really want to work on this part because it's not controlling, it's controlling from his butts. I want to control the body from this part. I think I'll use this controller. So no, but okay, I'll just use this one. So as the wings are going down, need to go rotate a little bit in rotation X, because when the wings will go down, the dragon will turn a little bit like this, and when the wings will go up again, the dragon will, there need to be a rotation like this in dragon. a little bit better like this way. I think I'm fine with this thing, so I will just go here and I will do a little bit more details on this part as the body is going up. This part will go a little bit down. The body is going down. This part will go up. And I'll just come here and I will just add a key here and just speed up a little bit here. I don't know, I just feel like, holding all my up and downs and shifting them just a little bit. Yeah, I think this makes sense for me. I'll just select this head and I will add some animation. I'll just add some up and down and rotations. And let's see how it looks. So when the wings are going down, I would like to just, as if he's trying to bring a force with his head. Just added a up and down, like when the wings are down, even his head is also down, as if he's trying to. I'm not adding a follow through in his head. I'm just trying to make him feel that when he's taking his wings down, he's trying to push himself up. So now I'll add a little bit follow through in his legs. I'll just hold all of them together, and I will I will just come here at 20. I'm going to rotate a little bit like this, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this and I'm going to move it forward. Let's see how it looks. So now what I need to do, I just need to increase the momentum of this feet a little bit. I'm just trying to speed up my walk right now. I'm not trying to spend much time on the feet and all, because it's just a follow through of this body. Whatever is happening up and down happening right now, the feet will be just following that. And the main thing is wing. I will just try to make something on the feet as fast as possible, and we'll see how the whole animation will look. Spring cycle, cycle. Okay. See, I know right now is the feeds are very basic, but we should not worry about that. I think this much feeds are enough for this kind of dragon. Obviously, if you want to detail, like, you can keep detailing it, there's no end of it, but for me, I am okay with the features right now, as I want to make it as short as possible. There's already 1.5 hours. I'll try to speed up the tail. With the tail, I will be doing a very traditional way of making tail animation. So this is up pose. When there is up pose, the tail is going to be down, and when there is a down pose, like 5, the tail is going to be up. So it's very up and down thingy going on here. And up, down. I'll come here on 45. I will add another key here. just to keep my graph simple. So this is our animation right now. Now I will delay each and every key. There are like 6 keys, so I will delay like 2 frames in every controller. So I'll select this 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I think we can delay even 3 frames. It won't matter that much. Let's see how it looks with 3 frames of delay. So we are going to delay 1 1 again. 1 1. And with these last 2 controllers, I always increase, what I do is that I increase the amount, because I think always the last part of the tail is more flexible, so I like to see more movement in the last part of the tail. As you can see right now, you are seeing more movement in the last part. So I think we are totally done with the dragonfly cycle. Here we have a very nice fly cycle. I think this is good enough for what we done in 1 hour. I'm sorry, 1.5 hours. We didn't even finish 1.5 hours and we made this sick animation cycle. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play blast this, and I'm going to play this play blast again in the beginning. Let me know what you guys think about this animation cycle, and if you have any questions about this cycle, then you guys can let me know in the comment section as well. Thank you very much for watching this video. Good night.